Today, we're going to take a little break from the actual conducting part of our broadcasts. But we're going to do something that is almost equally important regarding your burgeoning career as a conductor: getting on and off the stage. Deportment is what we call it. And it's crucial because many people in the audience form an opinion about you, not based on your music making, but simply how you come and present yourself on stage at the beginning. When I was a student and making my first appearances in major halls, one of them, Carnegie Hall, had a presentation of the Beethoven Concerto for piano, violin, cello, and orchestra. So there were 3 soloists and myself. My mother, who was one of the most distinguished cellists of her time, flew from LA to New York and spent 3 days coaching the 4 of us who were performing, not only in how to play the piece, but how to come off and on stage, how to bow, emphasizing that you couldn't look sloppy, you couldn't be shoddy, and there had to be a degree of elegance to what you do. It's not as easy as you think. Each of us is built a different way, and a bow has to feel natural. Some people take a very low, deep bow. Others acknowledge with just a head nod. Me? I tend to think I'm trying to reach the person in the very back of the auditorium and possibly up in the balcony, just by looking up a little bit and acknowledging that way. It suits my physiognomy the best. This matter of how we look is crucial also because people forget sometimes that we are a visual medium as well as an oral one. How we look does make a difference. How we dress makes a difference. Everything related to the entire experience of the concert hall is a combination of visual and oral. So here's my protocol. At a concert, obviously I'm going to start from off stage. I'm standing back there. The concertmaster usually comes out, takes his or her position in the first chair, tunes the orchestra. There's a stagehand who opens the door, and out comes the conductor. I try not to walk too briskly, nor too slowly, because they can be kind of indicators about how you're feeling about the performance, whether you're anxious about it or casual. So just something like a medium, normal walk. Some orchestras, as the conductor comes out, will automatically rise and take a bow with you. After all, none of us has played one note yet, even though the audience is applauding. So a shared bow makes sense. Other orchestras acknowledge the conductor separately. As for me, if an orchestra does not rise when I come out, I ask them to please stand. And only after I've shaken the hand of the concertmaster do I turn around and take a bow for the audience. Then you have to get the orchestra to sit back down, and you start the piece. The reverse is true upon an exit. The piece is over. The first thing you do is you ask the entire orchestra to rise. You have not turned to the audience yet. You shake the concertmaster's hand. Then you turn and acknowledge the audience and leave the stage. You might be called back 1, 2, 3 times, and there are little minor protocols that are involved, perhaps acknowledging a soloist from within the orchestra or a whole section, and sometimes even the orchestra will refuse to take a bow. That's not because they hate you, It's because they think you did a really good job or they respect you. When that occurs, you are free to just turn to the audience, take the bow, but after that, before you go back on the stage, please insist that they come up. You could not have done a good job at a concert without the musicians. That's critical and important. So let's see, even without anybody on this stage, how the process looks. Stage deportment. Very, very important. Also important, what you wear. Make sure it fits. And as a conductor, you have to, whether you're wearing a suit, a tuxedo, or tails, you must have them altered for how you conduct. Nobody in real life does anything like this, only us. And so you need to have the proper room, but at the same time make sure the back of the garment lies flat as you're conducting. So that presence of how you conduct, to me, is equally important. If you're wearing a suit or a tux, which requires buttoning, I prefer that you keep it buttoned. Otherwise, your suit is flapping around while you're conducting. Doesn't look so good. One final part of deportment. Please make sure you've used some deodorant. And do not use too much cologne or perfume, especially when you're working with a singer. People would like to remember you for your music making and not how you smell. We'll get back to more conducting technique in our next lesson. But for now, think about who you're going to be and practice those bows in front of a mirror or some friends.